Hi everybody, it's Derek for High Five Resale Shop. This channel is dedicated to show people what they can do on eBay, what they can sell, how to do that, and any helpful hints and tricks. The topic I'm going to talk about today is some of the things that people trip themselves up on when they start with eBay. It's been a long time since I started on eBay. But I will give you some insights into just the general pratfalls or pitfalls people can step into when they are starting out on eBay. And I think most people would suggest when you start on eBay, use a very small budget and maybe go to the thrift store, because that's probably what's spurring you to decide to do eBay, is going to thrift stores and garage sales and stuff. So maybe go to a couple of weekends and spend a little bit of money, and by a little bit I mean under $50, and then figure out how to list those things. Even better is not to spend any money on it and sell some things from around your house. eBay is going to limit you with the amount of listings that you can put up at the very beginning, and that makes it tricky. So you just got to list your best items and maybe list one a day for 5 days straight. And I don't necessarily know exactly how many listings eBay will let you do, but maybe 5 or 10, and then they'll wait and see and make sure that you do what you're supposed to do when you sell the item. So let's get into the 15 items that sold over the weekend. Not a particularly great weekend, but still getting back in the groove after I was gone for a week. Last week was the first week back after we took a little trip to Chattanooga, Tennessee, for a funeral. So that kind of break in there, I expected to slow down my sales, and it did. But we are back selling a good amount of stuff, and happy about that. The first thing that sold was this orange sweater. It's a pullover sweater. It's extra large, women's. I put in the title that it's wool. People are usually looking for wool and lamb's wool and cashmere, sometimes the mohair type stuff. So that's what people are looking for. I think nowadays people are trying to get away from the polyesters and the rayons and all that stuff. So this sold for $16 plus shipping on top. So that was a pretty good sale. The next item was a cookbook. I like to pick these kind of cookbooks with the spiral bound side as much as I possibly can. Usually they're 50 cents or 25 cents at a garage sale. Now estate sales, usually they're going to be priced a little higher, so you gotta look into them a little bit before you purchase them, see if it's worth buying. But this book I bought for 50 cents at a thrift store. The best little cookbook in Texas, the Junior League of Abilene. So this was 25 cents when I bought it, and I sold it for $8 plus shipping on top. The next item is a piece of men's clothes. So I started selling men's clothes again, started listing them again somewhere around June or July. I started diving into the bins and bins and bins of men's clothes that I had sitting in my garage, and we're gradually starting to up the amount of sales in men's clothes. Although it is like any retail position I had before, where approximately 60% of the clothing business is women's clothes. So you can make a living selling men's clothes, but I think women's clothes is actually where it's at. A lot more women shopping online for clothes than men. So this is a really nice sweater. It's got this this shawl collar on it, and the nice big buttons on it. Pretty good beige sweater from Express. It's an extra small, and it is a men's cardigan, and that sold for $20, $19.99 plus shipping on top, and they paid a lot of shipping. So I don't know what happened there, if they're maybe in Hawaii or Alaska or something. So we'll see that when we do the shipping on it. The next item that sold was a pair of pants. Alright, here we go. Express black mid-rise flat front straight leg dress pant. Nothing special about them. Size 3-4. And these sold for $12 plus shipping on top. Another sweaterish kind of item sold. A long sleeve V-neck ribbed sweater blouse. Got like the Henley buttons on the front. Falls Creek, not a particularly great brand, but an extra large nonetheless. And this sold for $6 plus shipping on top. With the price being $6, I imagine it's been up online for a while. The next item that I sold was a brand new sealed CD, Stevie Wonder, The Definitive Collection. This sold for $6 plus shipping on top. This is a strange story. So the next thing that sold is in this shoebox here. It is a vintage baby bonnet and purse, pull string purse. So the pull string purse looks like this. It's got these strings on it, and you can open the purse up, and then you just pull the strings to close it. And then a bonnet, and it's like pink. You might not be able to catch that with the light being so bright over there, but that sold 5 minutes after I put it up. Seriously, like it sold for $29.99 plus shipping on top. It sold like 5 minutes after I put it up. And then the person wanted to cancel the order, so I canceled it. I mean, it probably was a mistake. So I canceled it because they sent me a note. Could you please cancel this? And I canceled it. You know, if it sold that quick, and I'll sell it again. I just know it'll sell. If it had that a little bit of interest right then. So then about 10 minutes later, then it sells again, but to a different person. And then the original person messaged me and said, "Why did you cancel my order?" Well, there was a cancel my order from eBay, and an actual message from the person saying cancel this order. So I don't know what's going on with this, but hot commodity. It's going to a shipper in Oregon to be shipped, and it's got like, I'm guessing they're Chinese characters. They could be Japanese or something like that, but it looks like a Chinese name. But going to China. So very interesting. $29.99 plus shipping on top. Okay, the next item was this Timberland shirt. I got this at a garage sale. I thought it was a women's item, and so it sat in a women's bin, and then I put it on the women mannequin, and it just didn't look right. So I looked into it more, and it is a man's Timberland medium. It's just a long sleeve print shirt. It's got some embroidery on it, but the Timberland stuff is like a graphic print. That sold for $9.99 plus shipping on top. The next item is this Joy Lab shirt. It's an extra large. It's a pink. It's pink, and it's got like this snakeskin print, if you can see that. It's got a long sleeve, and then it's got this cross back. So, or the cross front. Is that a cross front, I guess? So that cross front on it. So it like, I don't know, sits differently. That is new with tags, and that's sold for $12.80. I think this came out of a storage locker that my mother-in-law bought, and she brought the clothes that were new with tags on it over here, and it looked like it was like somebody's little boutique that they had created that didn't go so well. It looked like, I don't know, their margins had to have been so low that any kind of hiccup would have caused them a lot of pain. I'm gonna skip the big dollar item, and I'll wait till the end to show you that, because there's quite a story with that. But the next item is black turtleneck, and I don't think that I grabbed it. I think I looked for it, but I didn't grab it. But it's not anything special. I have to go back and look for it. Charter Club large black turtleneck, sold for $5.70 plus shipping on top. The next item were these shoes. This is back to the Academy sale that I bought shoes at. And these shoes are Skechers Bobs. They're like this beige espadrille kind of looking shoe. Kind of like, you know, everybody's wearing Hey Dudes and everything right now. Memory foam, espadrille, off-white ivory, size 9. And these sold for $24 plus shipping on top. Oh, excuse me. Oh. The next item was this Viking shirt. I probably have done at least a video with one of these that sold in it. I got three or four of these. My wife bought them from a pallet sale, and I don't remember exactly how much we paid for them or she paid for them, but it was a long time ago, and it is definitely a sunk cost at this point. Just time to get the money back out of it. But I'm sure that we did not pay $8 for it, so probably somewhere around $3 or $4, and it sold for $8 plus shipping on top, which is really surprising for NFL gear that it's that low to try and get rid of that, especially when it's new attacks. The next item that sold is the Statler Brothers CD. It is pre-owned, opened, but it sold for $4 plus shipping on top. Did it have anything that anybody might know on there? It's all gospel songs, so I'm sure hymns and gospel songs. So this next item that sold, and this is one of the last things that we'll go back to the big item. Denim & Company 1X scoop neck tank top, 1X, sold for $9.99 plus shipping on top. I've gone to the $9.99s are new, or like the 99-cent things are new. So when I'm sending people offers on items, I'm doing the old retail pricing strategy with the 99, so that people are seeing the first number and not reading the rest of the number. And I'm able to get $1 more than I think I would otherwise. So if it is a if it's a $12 or $13 item, I will mark it down. Instead of going to 10 like I normally would do, I'm going to $9.99, and it seems that I'm selling a few more things. I'm sure it doesn't fool everybody, but it does not necessarily trick them into buying it, but trick the mind into thinking that it's going to be a $9 item instead of a $10 item. So that is something that retailers have been doing for a long time now, and I'm not a fan of it, but it seems to be working on some, because I had that tank for $99, and then I must have done this Timberland shirt like that because it's at $99, and then the sweater, I must have dropped the price to a $99 because it was $19.99. So it's working on some cases, and I'm enjoying the benefits of it right now. So we'll see if I continue to do it or not. Um, Now the last item that sold, which was, it sold the next day after I listed it, um, was this War and Pieces Civil War 15-inch pattern blocks quilt set, needlework patchwork, new in package. So I will open this up to show you what this is. And this sold for $76 even, plus shipping on top. And so somebody gave me this as a consignment deal, and I had no idea. I think these quilt patterns are available, and you can make $10 a piece on them, minus the shipping. If you have a bunch, you can sell them together and maybe get some money for it, like a $20 bill. The thing about these is that the fabric, somebody went out and got all the fabric for these already and put it in with these pieces. So that's what I think makes these very valuable, because the person who's going to do this quilt doesn't have to run around and find the fabric that's already in here. Plus, from what I understand, this fabric is expensive now. So it's got this one. I think it was missing one of the patterns. So this is 6 of 11. This is 7 of 11. This is 8 of 11. This is 9 of 11. I think 10 was missing. This is 11 of 11, which is the border pattern that goes around the quilt. This is 1 of 11. And this is 2. And 3, which is Lincoln and Mary Todd. And 4. And 5. And then the last piece of it is the large pieces of fabric that were included. So this whole group of things was $76 plus shipping on top. When I listed this, I listed several others. Let me go to the store here really quick, and so I can talk intelligently about it. There were 5 or 6 of them that we put up in the store. There's one called the Bear Family Album. There's one that's got a Thanksgiving pattern to it, and it's called Dressed for Dinner. There's one that's Forgotten Farms. So the Bear Family Album is up for $170. And then because I didn't see one online, so I put a premium on that. $149 for the Thanksgiving Day dinner one. Forgotten Farms, which is a bunch of barns. It's really nice, but it is missing one pattern, which is pattern number 1. So that was $149, and I marked it off appropriately that there was missing a pattern. Christmas Spirit in the Country. It's a really nice one that's really low-key pictures of Christmas type stuff and country type themes. Really tastefully done. That one is up for $199. And then, because I didn't see any others online like that. And then there's Maggie Walker Country Journal Chickens Patterns. And I think this one is the one that it's probably the best one. It's the most intricate, and I think people like chickens. So that's up for $200. And then there's a Snowman Melt Your Hearts pattern books and sets, and that's up for $99. And that's just the reason that's up for a lot less than the other ones is just there's so many of this snowman stuff up online already. And but I think having the fabric with it, somebody already did all the work together, all the fabric with it, makes these very desirable. And we shall see. Within the lot of listing that I did the other day, the bonnet sold, and this first group of quilting stuff sold. And somebody already expressed interest in some 1960s barrettes that for a little girl. Somebody's already expressed interest in them, although they didn't want to pay $50 for them. So, but what 1960s? It's like a 70-year-old barrettes or whatever. I don't know. Yeah, 60 to 70-year-old barrettes, but still on the card. So that's a really interesting item. Never had something like that before. Also, never done anything with these quilts before. So the other thing about starting your eBay business is use the tools that you have. You don't need to go out and buy one of these printers, Dymo or Rollo printers. You can print off your labels. Either you could take the QR code to the post office, they'll print a label off for you, or you can just print it off on a printer and tape it to the box, which is what I did for probably a year or 2 years when I started. I actually remember mentioning to my wife about getting a label thing, and she's like, "Why? When what you're doing works?" It's just like it just takes me so much time. And there was a point at which I traded off that time to do something else, and so I did end up getting a label maker, and I was like impressed by how much less time it took to do the packing. So it is what it is. I have all kinds of displays and mannequins and lights and everything, but you don't need any of that. I still use my phone to take pictures. The phones now on the cameras on the phones now have improved so dramatically. I used to take pictures with like a digital camera, but I don't do that anymore. The phone camera it does a really good job. The only problem that I have, the first world problems, is that sometimes I put my lights too close to my black garments and it shoots off these. You can see these lines, these light lines coming through my garment, which all I need to do is back the lights off. But that's that's what I do. I just back the lights off. It's just something that takes a little bit more time consuming in the process of taking photos and stuff. So, but you don't need mannequins. A lot of people flat lay stuff, and that is the perfectly fine way to do clothes if you want to do clothes. I just bought mannequins at a closing store sale way back when I started. I was like, people would like to see what the item looks like on a person, how it lays, and that was my theory. And I've stuck with that the whole time I've done it. And then after that, I had a store. So in my storage, I don't bag stuff up and put it in boxes, which is probably the preferred method to keep it so it doesn't take up a lot of room. But I've already got the hangers and I've already got the racks from the store that I own. So I just use those because I already have them. I paid a long time ago for that stuff when I had my store, my little boutique store. So I just kept it and I continue to use it. Is it the best way? I bet there's a lot of people who would say it's not the best way, but that's the way I like to do it. I can see how I might be able to save space if I didn't do it that way. And you know, if I run out of space, then maybe I'll make that transition to something else. But I think there's a lot of investment into changing something like that, so it's gonna have to be thrust upon me, I think. You can always go and get boxes at retailers if you don't go out and buy boxes. If you have a store subscription on eBay, if you get to that point and you get a store subscription, obviously you get a coupon. I use my coupon the day it comes out, so I just don't have to worry about it later. But if you're new to eBay and you need boxes, you can go to I'm just going to name off some stores like Dollar General or an at-home store, or maybe Walmart. I don't know if they'd be so apt to help you, but you know, a big retailer, and just ask if you have some boxes from the back, because all they do is crush them up and send them away to the cardboard recycler. But I'm sure they'd be glad to give you some boxes. And then instead of buying boxes, you could just use boxes that are already been used, which actually, you know, you're saving the environment kind of thing. So by recycling stuff, recycling boxes a second time. Sometimes I think about like all the new boxes that I'm buying to send to people, and is that the best thing? Because we're keeping clothes out of landfill, but now we're using new boxes that are going to go to the landfill. So it's a you can't win for losing kind of situation. Well, that's all that I think I have to expound on. If you have any questions on starting up on eBay, any questions about anything on eBay, you can put it in the comments down below. Please like the video, subscribe, tell your friends about it. I've met some resellers in my area recently, and it's been really fun to talk with them about reselling, what they do, different things that they work on. I have somebody that I met that is one niche, and he only does video games, and it fascinates me because I do all kinds of things, you know, clothes and you know, knickknacks and stuff like that, but concentrate on clothes and, you know, media. But his video game stuff fascinates me. So also met a lady who does it looks like pallet sales and stuff like that, and that stuff just scares me for getting returns and stuff like that. The channel has been growing the last couple of weeks, so I want to thank everybody new who subscribed to the channel. We're getting close to 100 subscribers, so that'll be cool when that happens. But we're just continue telling people how they can make money on eBay. So like, comment, and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next time. Peace.